look what I have here.
Hey, throw me the hat.
I can't throw you the hat, sorry.
Why not?
Well, it's full of questions. Look at all these questions, you guys. We filled this up.
Oh, okay, I'll be right there.
Wonderful, come join me. Well, hey.
Hey.
Hey, you guys, welcome to Creative Visions TV. I'm your host, Karen Dahlman. Of course, you guys know my board partner, Rodney.
Hey, I see you brought your baubles and your beads.
I brought my baubles and beads, you guys, tongue-in-cheek. You know the guides call them baubles and beads. But there is some truth behind them. I mean, we know crystals all emit, send, receive energy. They're collectors of energy. They help remember energy. It's like crystal radios. They send it out. So there is energy in these items. And if the energy in these items and the way you use them or your belief about them helps raise your energy, by all means use them, because the whole idea about, you know, channeling and working with the different energies and frequencies and beings that are out there is to reach them through vibration. So what do I have here? I have a big quartz crystal. I love this guy. This reminds me of grounding as well as sending and receiving information. I love this one. This one's huge. This is a big one. Ugh. This is my other quartz crystal, but this one is the smoky quartz. I love this one. It's so big. Feel that one. That's a channeling one because it has a lot of facets on it. I think it's 7.
Like 7.
Yeah, so it's a very special one. So you know what? I like them. They feel good to me. They have great energy. Now, I have a few other stones and crystals I like to bring with me and use. And this one right here is fluorspar. This is it's also called
Fluorite.
That's right. Fluorite and fluorspar, same thing. It's a banded one, really pretty with the purple in there. I just love this one. I love the way it's cut too. And then I have this one, you guys. This is labradorite. If the light might catch it correctly and you see all those sparkles in there. This one is a great stone to use to help open and activate those connections to the higher octaves and to be able to channel. So I had one put into this Ouija ring I had made some time ago, and that's actually labradorite in there. So I love this stone. It feels good. You can feel that one too. And of course, you guys, rose quartz for the heart. The work we do here, we purposely do our breathing exercise, breathe down into the ground and down into our sacrum area and ground, and then we bring it up into our heart. And this kind of helps resonate, reminds me of that. By the way, most of these I keep on my altar. Isn't that fun? And also, I'm going to show you this. Do you guys remember when I did that video when I was on the trail of George Adamski looking for where he saw the Venetians, I think they were the Venans, what do you call them, Venetians? Venusians, thank you. Venetians is a whole nother, that's Venice.
Yeah, it's Venice. People from Venice.
Not Venice. These are people from Venus, so Venusians. He said they landed. And so I took a trip down there, if you recall, and if you haven't seen it, I'll put the link below and you can watch that video where I actually trace the steps. And one of the cool things is I was in search of these giant intaglios, which is earth markings with the dirt, different colored dirt being exposed, and they are huge, giant beings. Like there's this cougar and there's this warrior and people. It's just cool. And then doing that, I drove out to this one area that you take a left at the second rock, take a right. Yeah, it's like you just had to figure it out. And so I drive out there, and they had these wonderful round circles. These are all in that video, by the way, where they had the circles and the petroglyphs, and I found them, and it was very remote, nobody's there. And I walk in, I film it, and then this is what was found there. I'll show this to you a little closer. I think, you guys, it is actually a print. You can see it right here. The story is I'm gonna call it a bobcat print. There you have it. What do you think?
Yeah, it's some kind of...
It looks like it.
Like petrified... I don't know, but it
looks like
mud. Yeah, it was like mud that hardened or that calcified or something.
Yeah.
But it definitely looks like there was a bobcat because there's 3 and the
you
big
can see it's big enough, or it could be like a wolf, or definitely there's coyotes and bobcats out there for sure. There was also cougars. There's cougars out there because one of the mountain lions, because one of the big intaglios, like 50 feet long, 60 feet long, I forget, they were huge, you guys, was of a mountain lion. Cougar mountain lion, same kind of thing. So it definitely could have been a baby one. Their paws are usually bigger than that. Anyway, so there you have it. I just want to share that with you. We're going to get right down to business here. We have already been working the board, and so you guys all know you can find out more information in this channel, how to start a session and what to do and the breathing exercise and all that. We've already done it. We've been working on the board for several hours now, and now we're going to sit down for about several more. We love this.
Wow.
Because we're going to bring in the guides to answer your questions. So, should we get started?
Let's get started.
Okay. Toast to you guys. And a toast to you.
I've got nothing.
You get this fist bump.
Fist bump it.
Boop. Just don't knock my tea out of here. Okay, here we go. A little sustenance. Okay. So, who's gonna? Oh, they like to do an opening statement first, don't they? Let's start with the opening statement to the group.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll let them just come in and say what they want to say to you guys, and then we'll start drawing the questions. And first I do want to say thank you guys so much for all the questions you submitted. They're so diverse. There's a few crossovers, but it's neat to see all the different directions you guys are going and thinking, and it'd be great to see what they have to say. So thank you guys for joining us, as always. YOUR. Okay, so here's the opening message they have for you guys. Your words for us are words for you. We are, you are, now here. So take a moment to create value from our words as we derive value from yours. Oh, that's a nice opening statement.
Yeah.
Okay, what I know they're saying, they took the time to put value in your words and the questions you guys asked, and so they're going to read from your words, right? Your questions as you asked, the words, the vibration of those words, and they're asking you to take value from that, as that it's also like reciprocity, where they're saying we value yours as well. Okay, that's a nice way of saying it's a nice flow of energy. Like
Right.
Namaste, I celebrate the place in you where we are one, but also saying I value that you took time to value your time to be here with us, and vice versa. Okay, let's do it. Questions.
Okay, you go first.
Oh, I'm so excited, you guys. Let the games begin. All right, let's mix them up. Oh my gosh. Ooh, okay. First one, out the gate. Okay, this is from Zoe Murphy. Good evening, Karen and Rodney and spirits. I was wondering, have you any wisdom to impart about accessing the Akashic records? Cool. Let's just throw them in the air like we normally do. Woo, to the wind. Okay, here we go. THERE. Okay, there we go. So this is the answer to your question about the Akashic records. There is a record of all things that have ever happened or will happen. As has been said, some have access to these records. We by choice have decided as a teacher that we, as a rule, do not discuss this topic, for it does not allow for growth and discovery within your lifetime. This is where we always stand on this subject. I know we've heard that before as well. Do you know what they're saying? Well, they're not going to answer. They're not going to give her more insight into it, because if they do, they're saying we will take away that growth from you to discover that yourself.
Yeah, maybe people become lazy.
Well, that's true. That can happen. I don't think in this case, but
Well, I'm not calling her lazy.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Hey, if I know what's going to happen, then
Yeah.
I'm not going to go.
Well, you're not going to apply yourself to go find it. And some of the teachings I'm getting from them that I'm working on personally with them for some of my own expansions, such as with the third eye, there's a lot of steps to it. And if they just gave it to me how to do it, because as a child I was able to use my third eye very well, and now it's a matter of using it again and learning. But I know there's steps involved in one of the sessions we had earlier. We were
Right.
talking about that, and it's part of the discovery of that you'll never forget. And once you get that down, it's like you open a door that you won't want to ever close. And so that's their answer. So, I actually have asked this question many times.
I'd love to have access to the Akashic
Yeah.
records, right? And have them tell me everything it says about you.
That's right. And Edgar Casey is one such person that could do that and was able to access these Akashic records for healing, for past lives. And I will say this, though. When you do past life work, you're accessing that Akashic record, that part of it that's within yourself. So there's ways through hypnosis or meditation that you start to access this information. Because truly, the guides always teach, all information is found within.
Right.
Oh, anyway, great question you asked. It at least brings up a good discussion, and it gives you a direction for get out there and discover it.
Yeah,
Go for it.
I think you want a better answer than that.
I know.
Right?
You'd like to go, well, this is what we can do to get there. Well, what they're saying right now is you're sharing some of the ways to get there. And then we all have to find our own process that works for us. So, okay, great.
That works for me.
You get to go. I'm going to put it up real high. Just kidding. Shake it up.
Shake it up.
Baby.
Shake it up, baby. Twist
And shout. Okay.
Toasted Lizard 5.
Oh, I love it.
Oh,
That's Toasted Lizard.
Toasted Lizard 5 days ago, it said.
Oh, you have to put 5 days on there. That's just when he hadn't put his question down.
Oh, I'm just reading what it
Okay.
says. Hi, I know I'm pretty late, but I tried to make my own Ouija board to do myself and nothing happened. Oh, I tried to get my own Ouija board to do myself and nothing happened. So I was wondering, what do I have to do to get it to work?
I'm glad you asked that question, Toasted Lizard, because you're not alone. You're going to throw it through the wind? I don't know, that's funny. It's just, we like to make a mess of my floor. The cats like it. They'll come and play with us later.
They will.
Yeah, Bear will be here. It's a great question. Everybody asks this question, and it's the most basic of the
It's the
questions.
most fundamental of the Ouija questions.
And this is where it is hard. I'm not gonna lie. This is not always an easy thing to do. And so a lot of you are asking this question, and I'm trying every different direction and angle. So let's have the guides talk to you directly about how to get this going. What he needs to do. Any suggestions, tips, tricks, or techniques? All right, let's do it. This is for you, Toasted Lizard. I'm gonna move these a little further over. They're kind of getting in my way a little bit. Baubles and beads are in the way. Okay. And look at Rodney, he's one-handed today. You notice that? He's on a roll. It's because he's been doing Ouija so long today. E, V, E, R, Y, I, N, D, I, V, I, D, U, A, L. Okay, this is for Toasted Lizard, and he asked about working the board and what he could do to maybe augment it, make it work for
Yeah,
him.
he made his own board,
And
but
we can't get it to work.
Can't get it to work.
Mm-hmm. And I do want to say this, every board will work, okay? You've seen me do a lot of these shows. Rodney and I have done them together, where we just take paper, cardboard, or that one we just put...
Shot glass.
Remember 5 seconds before we did the show?
Yeah.
I just wrote down a bunch of letters. I got all 26 letters in there for the alphabet, right? Works like a charm, you guys know that. Every individual has a different belief level and the ability to use this tool. It is for you to decide if this is for you. For those that have a strong belief, it comes first with the sort of question mark. Am I pushing this? Am I making up these words? It is okay for you to think this, for you will soon get messages that you know were not of your making. Trust this, and you will soon understand that it is right or wrong for you. I like that.
Yeah.
Want to say anything about that?
No, I've been doing it now for a long time, and I didn't think that it would ever work.
Right. I was asking you about this earlier today, just to get a baseline. I said to you, when you used to watch, before you started, when you watched my friend Rhonda and I use it,
Right.
It wasn't even in your comprehension that you thought about a Ouija board, right? You'd never even been around one.
No.
So when you saw Susan, what did you think was going on? I mean, did you have a belief you could do this? Because he's pretty good at it. You're really good at it, actually. Did you think you could do this, or was it more?
I had no idea. You and I sat down for 5, 6,
Yeah,
7, 8
but let's
times.
talk about when you saw before you sat down. What was your belief? What was your belief you had or you held about a board that you might be able to help here to help with Toasted Lizard and other people that asked the same question?
I had zero belief one way or the other. I didn't know if it worked, if it didn't work, if it was being pushed, if it wasn't being pushed. I didn't really.
You had no agenda either. I think
Right.
that's another thing. You didn't care if it worked or not, it didn't work. Right?
Yeah.
But you watched Rhonda and I use it. What was going through your mind when you saw us use this before I
I don't know,
invited
it's
you?
such a long time ago. I just
I can remember it like it was yesterday.
getting older.
Yeah, that's the problem. Excuses. Wah, wah.
I just was like, whatever. I really don't.
I would say that's what it was. You were like, you know what? I'll try it. I said, you want to try this? Because she's like, I don't know. I don't care. I don't really, You thought it was cool, but you're like, whatever, right? I think you didn't have... Some of us that want to do this on our own, we try so hard that then we get so stuck. You know what I mean? The energy gets stuck. You didn't have that. That's what I felt about you. So you're right. 6, 7, 8 sessions. 6 sessions, we got gibberish for the first 4 or 5. Or 4. 5 and 6, you started getting words and 2, 3 word sentences. That makes sense. Then 7 or 8, boom, pop, open the door, bang, messages like paragraphs, sentences.
Yeah, I think when I realized
But you let
that
go.
something was happening was when they were talking about doing gold, do gold. But then it started this that was supposed to be an old guy from
He was an alchemist.
Alchemist.
And I was right about alchemy, remember that?
And he did we said, what year were you? And he wrote it in Roman numerals. And
I was like,
it took
this
us
is
a while
gibberish. I'm like,
to-
what is this?
Yeah, it
It's
must
gibberish.
be gibberish, because it didn't say
I'm like, it's your fault because you're new.
1326.
No, it was 14 something, but it was all in Roman numerals. And I'm like, look at this, what is this? And you go, oh my God, it's Roman numerals. And I had to think, what is it? What's an L and what's an M? And I had to think what all those things meant.
We had to look it up.
It was 14 something, and that was the year. Some of the years of the alchemist has been around forever, but it definitely makes sense for what was going on. He's from France. What was going on? And at that time, I was writing a book on alchemy, as you guys know, the 3rd book that came out, and you were working. He works with precious metals and stuff too. So you were talking about that, and it related to both of us. But that's when I think it clicked for you, right?
Yeah, it was almost like a
code.
Yeah, almost like, see this, we didn't have, yeah, it was.
But did you think we were pushing that? I was pushing it, or we were making stuff up. But did you think that when you sat there, like watched Ron and I, or when you and I did it too?
No, I didn't know until you and I did it.
Okay.
You guys could do it from here until I actually put my hand on the
Yeah.
planchette and feel it move. That, and then I could assume that you were pushing it.
Okay, that's fair.
But
But I'm not.
but with one finger on the board and having to, I don't know how you see. My thing is, I don't know how you could. One finger on the board, the other eye on the letter to write it
And calling it.
and then
trying to check out.
and make up all that stuff.
Right. So it was a bit process of elimination, or that's not the right word. What I'm trying to think of is a process of deductions, maybe.
And
deducing that
and
you
for
go.
me,
Yeah.
I mean, when I see this stuff come up, it's to be able to memorize or to come up with 5 pages of
Oh my God.
of prose or sometimes poetry. Do you know what I mean?
I do know. I'm there.
On the spot in that moment, it occurred to me that it would be really tough for someone to memorize all that and then get it right one letter at a time.
But okay, so that's when you get into the process. But somebody like Toasted Lizard, you can't even get it to start. That's what we got to really help them here with.
Yeah,
and that's what they're saying here. They're saying you're going to feel like you're pushing. You're going to question yourself. That is normal.
Well, you still do, right? When you do it by yourself?
Oh, when I do it by myself, Toasted Lizard, yes. What happens is that I also channel off the board. So it's hard for me to stop those words, and they're saying don't stop those words when they're coming through. And I go, okay, because I heard the word ahead of time. Well, when you do it alone, you're going to get that often. And so doing it alone will actually take you off the board quicker to start voice channeling if you choose to. But
because the word will come to you before it can possibly be spelled.
Right, but okay, that's true. But I'm not pushing it to spell the word I heard. Instead, I'm just sitting back and letting it. It's a way of you separate yourself from it a little bit. That's hard to do. But even when it works like that, just you want to feel it pull. Okay, you might feel like you're pushing it because you're going to question yourself, and they're absolutely right about that. But then let that pull happen, and once you feel that, just follow it, even if you think you're making it up, and just do that for quite a few sessions and see what happens, and see if that doesn't help a little bit. But that's what they're saying too. I'm not surprised they would say that, because that's pretty much how the process works for almost everybody I work with. You guys, it does it like that. So,
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we did that one enough into the ground.
Yeah.
Thank you for asking that question, Toasted Lizard. And
Your turn.
hold on, a toast to the lizard.
There we go.
Alrighty. Oh my God. Okay, here we go. Oh, look at this one. It's a big one.
Wow, I guess it is.
I got a big one. Okay. Mirror, mirror. But not mirror, mirror on the wall.
Yeah.
Mirror, mirror. Or Myra, Myra.
Mira, mira. Look,
Well,
look.
mira's look, look.
Look, look.
In Spanish. Okay. This is so exciting. Thank you for this wonderful gift. Well, that's so sweet of you. That's nice. My question is about embodying and expressing soul purpose. I've always considered myself a multi-passionate scanner or multi-potentiality and have bounced around in several industries throughout my life, never finding true, lasting joy and fulfillment in any one career. I have had my own spiritual business for many years, something I always dreamt of, but it left me jaded, and within a few years I moved on to a new passion. Now that I'm nearing 40, in a few years...
Wow.
You remember when you were only like 37, 38?
I know.
No, I love it. I love that you're 40. 40, you know what? Coming into 40, I do remember that. That was such a powerful time, more than the 30s and 20s. It was a big milestone. So you're right. You think about these things. You're starting to get to that middle part of your life, the beginning of it.
Oh, that was a big time. That was a big time.
I
Really
gotta say,
was.
I love my 40s. You're gonna have a blast. Now that I'm nearing 40 in a few years, my heart. Well, how old are you? Just kidding. I put him on the spot. Okay, here we go. Now that I'm nearing 40 in a few years, my heart is pulling me towards healing through the sex arts, as I have had so many soul scripts in my life since early childhood related to my sexuality. However, a part of me fears going this route due to the stigma. My question is, how do you really truly know purpose when you experience it? Great question. And then kind of, it's not a second question, but I can see how it relates to this question. Do we actually have a divine purpose, or are we simply acting on a soul script that with very little free will? Okay. Thank you so much for sharing your incredible talents and purpose as we navigate through uncertainty. Oh, you're so welcome. Well, thank you for asking this question. I'm thinking what comes to mind right when you say that is tantra, and tantra is not just sexual, but it's definitely a way of raising the energy and the kundalini and opening up different centers in our body. So let's just see what they have to say to you. Oh, I don't want to fold it up. I want to throw it to the wind. Woo. Okay. This is for Mira. Mira, look.
Mira, mira.
Mira. Okay. Here we go. OFTHEMANY. Long one, huh? It was a long question, long answer.
Long question, long answer.
Okay. Mira, mira. I like it because it's like saying, look here. We're talking to you. We're talking to you now here.
Mira, mira. Look.
All right. Of the many gifts given freely to us by Source, the greatest of them may be free will. That said, healing and being a healer is as noble a cause as any, and to give of yourself without reservation is alone a gift you freely give others. So to combine these two, healing and giving, makes a fulfilling path to walk. However, to backtrack a bit, that you have found joy in something and then moved on to something that gave you greater joy is the correct progression of things. And each of those steps have brought you to this point and question. So, if this type of healing is what you desire, then there is no stigma but those that you assign. There's no stigma. Okay, when you go forth and you're following, it gives you joy, because that right there is your blueprint. That tells you you're following the call of your soul.
Right.
So the free will, remember you asked, is there free will or things, already set in stone kind of like.
Right.
They're saying, no, there's free will. And the calling card to get you on that path of free will is to follow the greatest joy. You mentioned that word joy in your question. I get chills. Because that is how you know, you guys. When you experience great joy, that is how you know that you are on point with what you're supposed to be doing in your life. I hate the word should, but it does give you a validation, a confirmation that you are on path. So you've found joy. So if this thing really gives you joy, throw the stigmas out.
Well,
they're not yours. You don't need to make those anymore.
And she said that, but then she would move on to something else, and then she'd move on to something else.
But she found joy.
But each one of those she found, this one, it didn't give her the same amount of joy that the new thing did, so
That's
she
right.
moved to the new thing. And this thing is what you do until you find
The next
thing
piece.
the piece that gives you greater joy. And
And
then
then
you
you
move
might
on
switch.
to that, and then the next one and the next one.
You
And so-
guys, these are stepping stones of joy. That's basically what it
or
is.
fulfillment of.
Well, joy
yeah,
gives you fulfillment.
Sure.
I mean, one of the greatest feelings we could feel, you know what joy feels like, you guys. So I love that you use the word joy. They do too. They talk about joy. That is like one of their main, what would you say, dictums, dictates? What would you call it? Thesis?
Yeah, that's theorems maybe.
Theorems, axioms, that's it.
Yeah.
Theorems, tenets. That's the word I'm looking for.
And they said tenants before.
I have. That's a word I get from them.
Yeah.
So if I ever use that word, that's because that's what they tell me to use.
tell you.
It's not a word I normally use. But the key is this. If you're following something that what you desire, then there is no stigma but those that you assign. So now you have to work with yourself to throw out the stigmas. Trust me, I understand stigmas. Look at me and the board. What do you think kind of stigmas I get with that? So I had to make a decision when I came out publicly to do this, that people I know, or I'm in the public now doing this, as you will be doing your healing sex arts, you just, when you feel that great about it, go for it and just take it in, because the right people will come to you. And then you'll find that the stigmas will fall away, because you won't be creating them yourself anymore, and you won't need those stigmas, and you're going to be so open to what you're doing as long as it brings you joy until the next thing that brings you joy. So
'Cause it's interesting that a lot of the sexual stigmas that we grew up with from the 50s and the 60s, when masters
well, I'm a little later. I'm 70s.
well when Playboy
No, you're right,
and
right.
Masters and Johnson, and those types of things, it pushed past a lot of those stigmas.
Oh,
remember
it's true.
Masters and Johnson's?
Yeah.
It was one of the first sex
Yeah.
clinic type.
Right, that start talking about stuff like this.
Right.
And the other thing I would say too, this is a new old conversation, because you could think about the temple dancers, the Devadasis in India. I had a past life as one. And their whole role was about their sexuality and helping others to experience that. So there's no stigma if you find this joy. There doesn't have to be a stigma. And I find, like for me, I'm worried about my little stigma with the Ouija board, what people are going to say. I decided it doesn't matter anymore, because the work we do here is so important, and I love it. I find great joy in it. And you love something, you guys. Anybody out here listening, you find such great joy in doing something that's productive and helping us. Of course, we don't do anything destructive, but things that help and progress, and you feel this joy and you share it with others. That is healing in itself. You help others to realize that great joy within themselves and find it too. That heals others in many ways.
Yeah.
That was a great question.
Yeah,
It brings up.
I like the answer too.
I do too, and it brings up great discussion too, so we can think about it some more. Okay.
Next.
All right, so I'm just going to turn the page. That was a long one. You get to pick, right?
I was handing you the hat.
Okay. Hee hee. Oops, I just wrote on you.
That wasn't nice.
I just wrote on you. I didn't mean to. Okay, what do you got going here? Are you bleeding? All right.
Okay, it's upside down, but I'm gonna do my best.
Okay.
Or
Turn it around.
turn it over. Joanna. Hi, Karen and Rodney.
Hi.
I'm Rodney.
Hi, Joanna.
Everybody knew that though. Thank you so much for being so lovely and for helping us.
That's so sweet, you guys. Thank you. This is one way we like to give back.
Also, great imaginary jazz routine with a typewriter smiley face.
Let me see.
The
Oh,
colon D.
Yeah. I
Colon
love it.
capital
Yeah.
D.
Yeah, I love it. It gives you a big mouth when you do that.
Yeah. I also want to thank the guys for answering my previous question. Oh, how lucky.
Yay.
I really appreciate it. My question for this questions from the hat
Dun, dun, dun.
is, that's good.
Hold on.
Could you please let us know if it is more beneficial for the board user in terms of spiritual improvement or self-realization to create our own board or buying an existing one? Thank you and many blessings.
Yeah, thank you for that question. Oh, ooh, it hit me. You got me
Trying to
back.
hit
You got me back from
for
marking on you.
writing on me. I hope it cut you.
Okay, so
Paper cut.
I know. Wow. Okay, so you ready?
Yeah.
This is for you, Joanna. WHATARE. Okay. Joanna, this is for you. What are your expectations of this tool? Is it yourself? They said self. Is it self or higher self? Or is it spirit? You decide, and each message that you receive will be given with all of the elements combined in a single message. It is incumbent, therefore, to find meaning on multiple levels. Until you are satisfied that you have a full understanding of the message, then wait for some time and read it again to see what you missed. But the question she asked was, what board do I get? The one that's my own or one that you purchase or you make your own? That was her answer to her question. Let's see. Is that it right there?
Read it.
No, that's what it said. Okay, hold on. My question for this question from the hat is, could you please let us know if it's more beneficial for the board user in terms of spiritual improvement or self-realization? Oh. So they answered, I see what they did. Did you see what they did?
No. That's what
Okay,
I said.
she wants to, could you please let us know if it is more beneficial for the board user in terms of spiritual improvement and self-realization to create your own board or buy an existing one? They didn't want to answer that part about what board do you use.
Oh.
See? Because, why is that?
Because it's not important. What's important is the message.
That's right.
and how you interpret the message, and then
That's always what's important. But I will tell you this, every board works. Any board works. Once you learn how to make that connection. But, having said that, I'm just going to add this to it. I'm going to say, make a board or get a board that you feel attracted to. It's kind of like my baubles and beads. The tool doesn't do the work, we do the work. But this brings me great joy to have my crystals. I feel their energy, I can sense things, and it just augments my energy. So back to what they said. It's all about your expectation of this tool. Whichever tool you use, you make one, you buy one, is it going to be
so
yourself?
there's where the answer is.
Yeah.
It's what expectation you have.
Yeah. Is it going to be yourself that you think is doing it? Is it your higher self? Or is it spirit coming through? And then you get to decide with each message what it was. But they're saying it doesn't matter because those elements are all going to be combined in a message. And it's incumbent, therefore, to find meaning on multiple levels. So again, it's not about the board. It's about the message that comes through. A lot of times people go, oh, you do a Ouija board? And then they hear the message and go, well, how did that come through a Ouija board? Because source spirit, your higher self can speak to you in many different avenues and ways. So I love that they went around the board, the question, and they avoided the board to tell you the message. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
You get that, right?
I totally got that.
That's
yeah.
awesome. Okay, that's there it is. My turn. My turn. Okay. Oh, got two stuck. Okay, here we go. There's two, and they're clinging together. All right. This is Alyssa Hawkinsmith. Do I have a brighter future? Will I ever be happy with myself and my self-image? Kiss, hug, kiss, hug. Aw. Makes me sad a little bit. But I get it. We all get there. We all get there and go, oh, I have to endure this, or is there something better for me out there? Totally get it. It's a great question to ask. A lot of people, we all go in and out of this throughout our lives, don't we?
Yeah.
Will I ever be happy with myself and my self-image? Okay, Alyssa, that's great. So, let's throw it to the wind. This is for Alyssa. Okay. All right, here we go. This is for you. Okay. I love it. You're just like one hand. It's awesome. That's great. THEREHAVE. Okay, something really cool happened here. You remember what that was?
Papa.
Yeah, so what happens, you guys? Well, you've seen the show.
Why would, and that's my question, why would the oversoul of animals come in to answer
her question about self-esteem and feeling good in your life? Yeah, so what happened was the guys were speaking, and by the way, we call him Papa because he said, just call me Papa. That was his name he gave himself. It's a collective group. It's the energy, we'll call it an oversoul of any animal species. So when the animal kingdom wants to come through and talk, and you've watched us do, bring in all the different creatures and animals that come through and talk to us. The plant check goes down here, and that's how I know Papa's entering. Plus his energy does feel different. So, right, kind of in the beginning of it, Papa came in. But I'll tell you where that transition happened. This is for you, Alyssa. There have been many teachers in your life that you could have learned from. It is difficult to navigate this realm, and more difficult still if you doubt where you fit. That's the guides. Enter Papa, enter the animal kingdom. A pig has no idea that pigs stink. They are smart, lovable, and they still stink. But there is a place in this world for lovable, even when they have piglets. There is not always a place for the smallest of the littlest on little list. There's not always a place for the smallest of the littlest one, yet he will fight to squeeze between his larger siblings to find a fountain to feed from, with no exception of finding a nipple. But he will continue to try, for though he was small, he sees himself with the same esteem of all the others. So fight for that which you believe yourself to be. I love that one. What do you think?
I think that's
special.
I do. I always think
it's special
that when Papa comes in and uses the animals as, because it said in the beginning, you've had many teachers. Yeah. And Papa says, well, look, I got another one for you.
Here's a teacher pig. So, okay, I'm going to go out on a limb, and that's what I'm feeling and hearing too, is that teachers come in many forms. And so your teacher could be a book, teacher could be an animal. And by the way, the animals are master teachers and healers, and we all know that, especially if you're around animals. My guess is that you really relate to the animals. Not my guess, they're saying that right now. You really relate to the animals, so that's why Papa came in to have this conversation with you. Because I think if you could see it through the eyes of a lovable but stinkable pig who doesn't care, doesn't know that he stinks, he still feels he's just as worthy as all the big, he's the runt of the litter, but feels he's just as worthy as anybody else. So they're telling you, you are this lovable little pig, and they mean that lovingly, of course, Papa, when he comes in. You're this little, you feel like a runt, you feel like you have no, I don't know, nurturing maybe, or you feel like, read the metaphors here. You got to read this message many times or hear it on different levels. But for some reason, you feel like you are that runt and that somehow you don't deserve the nipple. But there's homework for you. Okay, you ready? I'm going to give you homework. I didn't know I was going to do this, but I'm going to give you homework. I want you to learn everything you can about the runt of a litter. And I want you to learn about the image and what the pig represents, whether it's Native American spirit animals or whether it's just a totem animal. And I want you to apply that in your life and become and learn the strength of the pig, especially the runt of the litter, who has no idea it's the runt. Remember Charlotte's Web? That was like the pig that they saved.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just love pigs. Is this the year of the pig? What year is this? The year
I have no idea.
I forget. Is it the year? This might be the year of the pig. Interesting. Well, we can look that up if it is. But the homework is to learn everything you can about this animal and let it become your teacher. Let it become your teacher because it came through the board, through Papa, and let it become your teacher that you take on the qualities of that runt who thinks, everybody from the outside looking in goes, oh, he doesn't deserve to live. But that runt is going to grab that nipple and work just as hard, and he's going to have sustenance. And you need to work for yourself. And these are some ways you can start doing that by identifying, associating, calling in the powers of the pig to help you. And be open to all these things and tools and ideas and thoughts that come to you that are there to serve you. Because now you've asked the question, now you've made it clear that you want direction, and now this is when the guides will step in. Because you must invite them first. We know that.
Yeah.
Do you want to say anything else about that?
I just think that, I mean, that little piglet's fighting for his life.
His right to exist.
His right to exist. In equal measure to all the others that are bigger and stronger and, and he's gonna find that magic nipple that's gonna, I mean, I'm just saying
that's a great metaphor. I love it. And you just gotta find your magic nipple too. As funny as that sounds, but it's real. It's a great metaphor, great story.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for asking that question. I think it's a question that all of us deal with throughout our life at different times.
I just think it's a hard, I couldn't answer that question. I couldn't ask that question.
You couldn't ask it, because why? For you?
For me, I would not anybody to know that
Oh, yeah.
I have that level of,
doubt or something.
Yeah.
But I think for you taking the risk and asking it, it just brings up this beautiful dialogue we can have, and hope for other people that feel this way. Again, these are natural, normal things to feel, but the natural progression would be give yourself, go after that nipple, get that brass ring.
Yeah, brass ring. Let's go.
Let's
go with brass ring.
Yeah, let's get the brass ring at the
then that conjures up nipple rings. So I don't know.
Oh, here we go. Dun, dun. Anyway, I hope you got something out of that. That was really fun, and thank you for taking a risk and chance to ask that, because it's going to help a lot of people. So thank you again, Alyssa. All right, so
that's another thing we didn't talk much about, and
what's that?
We should every time, and that is all these questions. Not all of them are going to get.
Oh yeah,
answered.
they know that from before. But
yeah.
We try. We get to a point where we get kind of tired. We stop, and I think we usually get to like 15 of them usually.
But the point I'm trying to make is that on some level, everybody's going to get an answer to some question, even within the other people's questions. Absolutely. I mean, I didn't know Pig was going to come through, or Papa was going to come through. You don't know. And so we just, you get a draw. So we just go with, whatever comes out, and then we have a death log about it. You can't, put it up high so you can't see. Okay. Oh, baby.
You just got to pick one.
Well, they keep sticking.
I know they do.
You got them again.
What? I want you to read it upside down.
Okay, let's do that.
Try.
I can do it.
He's going to read it upside down, you guys. See, watch. It looks like this. See if you can do it.
I can do it.
All right, here we go. Upside down.
Okay.
Name of the person.
Philosophy of
the stars.
The stars.
Yay, hi there.
Is the law of attraction real?
Oh, I love it.
And what is the balance between action and thoughts, if there is one?
Okay, that's really good. we all know the LOA, and Abraham Hicks was really big on that in the movie The Secret in the book, and a lot of people talk about it. The guides talk about it too. Were you gonna put it back in the hat?
I realized that I would need to throw it.
So I'm glad you asked this question. This comes up a lot. So here we go. This is for you, philosophy of the stars. First, I need a little sustenance. Okay. Shall we? I'm going to put this over here. O N A S M A L L. All right, here we go. Philosophy of the stars, this is for you about the law of attraction. On a small level, the law of attraction has some basis in reality, but we would invite you to think of it a little differently. So instead of thinking your wish is my command and hoping for that wish to appear, see it more as you are in command of yourself and your life and the universe. You command it of yourself, and therefore the universe complies. You be in charge of the universe, not the universe being in charge of you. Then you can decide the proportions of words to action. Proportion. Is that right? You can decide the proportions of words to action. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What do you want to say about that?
It's a different way of looking at the law of attraction, right?
Mm-hmm. And I know they've spoken with us about this quite some time ago as well.
We asked the same question sometime back.
It was a while back, but it was related to, I think, my third book, because I talk about that in there. And I love it that it's so blatant here. This is what we got. We have to start seeing ourselves as, you guys. Your source. You're an extension of source. You are source incarnation. You are source expressing itself in this third dimension right now. You are also a multidimensional being. And therefore, if you are source, you are of the universe. You are the universe. All answers, all information is already within you. For you have the ability to find that answer. And all this journeying work we do, and all of our abilities to even bring forth this kind of information, is us tapping into that universe within. So when you start to see yourself as the universe, then you know that you can be in charge. That's a hard word you hear maybe or use, or in control. That's not a hard word to hear, but it's true. You can co-create your world. So where the secret was a little off, they talked about, wishing this, wishing that, and the genie appears, and I command genie, you get 3 wishes, and I command you, I want these 3 things. No, that's giving your power away to something else. Instead, hold that power within you and command it of you. Say, hello, universe. I know I'm an expression of you. I request, I ask, I desire that I begin, this happens, or this happens. And then you start putting your action, you start going in that direction. Would you like to add to that?
No, that was really good.
Well, we've talked about this before.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just ruin it.
We just don't always share everything that we do here because we're doing a lot of sessions, you guys. But those things go in my book. But I think that's a brilliant question, and we really... When the guides come through, they're about helping you empower yourself. Not that you rely on them, not that I rely on them, not that they give these great, cool answers. It's that you start to discover and find it yourself. So it's a perfect thing to ask. We should be questioning everything we hear and learn, and question what you get here. And ask yourself, can you find that answer yourself? This is really what all this work is about. This is why I bring the guides to you. This is why I do this work, because it's not to say, hey, cool trick I can do. It's to say, I'm just working with the universe and allow the universe to flow through me because I am a part of that. I'm not separate from the universe. I'm not separate from source. And I want to let you guys know you aren't either. So ask it of yourself. See yourself as that universal source. Just flip that around. Don't ask the genie. You are the genie. So ask yourself. And of course, we have helpers in the world and the universe and teachers that come and go and different energies and spirits, and they're all aspects of Source too. They're going to work with you because they have to be invited. And through the asking of the question and stating it, the invitation is there to receive the help or to understand information such as this. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why am I here?
Well, why are you here?
Good question.
Woo, had two, you're right, they stick.
See.
I know. Okay, this is for, let's see, Zip-Odie 3. Zippity doo
Zippity.
Zippity 3. Is that what it is? Zip-Odie. Zip-Odie 3. Do you remember that song of the South? Zippity
Oh yeah,
doo dah.
zippity doo dah,
Zippity yay. My oh my, what a wonderful day. We weren't going to sing again.
No, we just did.
Kind of forgot I wasn't going to sing here again, but we just did. Okay. Oh, this is about voice recording. Here we go. I was voice recording and I asked my guardian angel, I'd like to know your name. A soft female whisper came through. I couldn't make out what she said. My question is, what is her name? And is there anything she'd like to tell me? Cool. I love angel questions. So here we go. This is for you. I don't know, just felt attracted to this right now as the question, it's Rose, it's about the heart, the angels, they communicate through the heart. Actually, all the spirit communicates through here, but just felt like bringing it, you know what, let's just bring it over here. Okay, here we go. H E R N A M E I S T H E. Wow, okay. It had a nice perky energy to it.
Perky. I like perky.
It was perky. Okay, Zippity 3. Okay, her name is the name that you heard, but you are reluctant to say it because you are not positive what you heard. So go with what you thought you heard or wait to hear it again. She has much to say to you, for you have much to learn from her. She will visit you in many forms, and you will know her by the feelings that she is near. You will find great comfort at her presence and will begin to share that which she shares with you. So again, this is like I was talking to Alyssa earlier about the pig. I think I don't know if this was, I think it was the pig, but you get a lot of messages from a lot of different places. That's it. You get a lot of teachers from different places, but however, your angel is going to show up in different forms. Now my angel, Mary Angel, when I first started having more conscious communication with her in 1989, she showed up once as a cat. She worked with the cat energy of the cat animal and came to me and had a conversation with me, but it was because I was stuck on the side of the road changing a tire, and there she was, and I was feeling kind of alone with it, and am I going to do this right? You know, I kind of freaked out the first time changing my own tire. Back then I didn't have a phone, I was out rural, you couldn't just call somebody, you hope somebody stopped, but I was really rural. But anyway, the angels will come in different forms for you, so be open. Again, it might be a book, it might be a person that just comes by and says something to you and it's something you need to hear. But you know how you're going to know it's her? How do you think he's going to know it's her?
It said.
It did say.
You'll have a feeling of what?
Well, you'll know the feeling. You know the feeling because when she came to you, you kind of know what that felt like. You know, it might be, some people get like chills or get like little goosebumps, or you get a confirmation, you might get a word, a sound, a smell. It comes in many ways. So allow your feelings, so you get great comfort.
Great comfort.
So allow your feelings to be your measuring stick. That's going to be a barometer. That's going to be the way it's a litmus test that you know that it's her, okay? That's why I know it's the guides. I feel. That's why I know exactly who's coming through the board, not just because of where they go, but how they feel. You're developing this. And what I'm getting out of this too, whatever she's sharing with you, you will be sharing that too. I see you in some kind of teaching position, some kind of a teacher.
Yeah, and it may
teachership.
And it may be
helping others.
It may be as simple. It's funny when I heard you read that. What I
Yeah,
thought of was the things that we learn from life. We teach our children.
Yeah, you do.
You know what I mean? And that's the picture I got when I heard
Oh,
that.
but maybe his children involved. Absolutely.
You know, the things that he learns there, he will pass down
It's
not even maybe not even knowing that's where he learned it.
Yeah, it's gonna be so valuable. But now you open the door and you want to talk to her more. You want to know her name. She came to you. She's gonna continue to come to you and just say, okay, that's the name. I'm gonna go with that name, and she'll let you know. It'll be clear if it needs to be a different name than that. She'll tell you. But that's wonderful. Thank you for asking that question. It helps other people to learn how to get in touch with their angels as well as to how to know it's them that's coming through. And by the way, this works for all spirits, beings, energies. You start to know by how they feel.
Yeah, call them what you might.
Well, yeah, mine don't really have names, so I just call them Sun and Moon. Now I just call them the guys because there's a bunch of them. Is it my turn to pick?
No.
Woo! Oh, I picked that one. Look, I want to pick again because this is so much fun. It's fun.
Zero.
Here, I want to mix it up before you pull anything out. No. Okay.
Oh, it's a fat one.
Oh, good. Cool. They're all different sizes.
Christopher Kellermeyer.
Okay.
Can the guides give me an easy clue that when solved leads me to the ability to tap intelligent infinity in a way that yields work as described by the raw social memory complex in the raw material law of one?
You know
Session
about
27.
Law 1? You know a little bit about it, don't you?
I remember when
David Wilcock?
David Wilcock.
Well, I've actually
talked
read
about
a lot of the Law of One, and I know Carla Ruckert. I don't know her personally, but I've followed her, and I know David's teachings on it. So I know a lot about the Law of One. And by the way, one time, you guys, I spoke to Ra on the board years ago. He came to me. I was years ago, yeah. Something I was working with. So basically, you're asking, what was that? If you don't mind, thank you.
I don't mind at all.
Okay, you were asking, can they give you an easy clue that'll lead you into the ability to tap intelligent infinity in a way that yields work, as described by the raw social complex? Okay. All right, here we go. Let's do this. That's a great question. It's great because this is a question that could help a lot of people. Actually, they all can help a lot of people. You can find your own thing in it, pull from it, your own gem in each one. Okay. I want to bring this stone forth because this is really about working with the higher energies and octaves and pulling in the guidance. Let's put it on the board. How's that? I never put stones on the board, but why not? You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Do you think you should
What?
channel this one?
No, I think we're going to let I am channeling. We're going to let the guides come through. And by the way, a lot of the talk I'm doing afterwards is channeling. They're coming through and I'm working with them and I'm being fed information. I'm just spitting it out. Okay, here we go. If I get anything, I'm going to say it too. R A N D T H E L A W. So, another good long one.
Remember when they did that, the one and the many and the many and the one?
That's what this feels like to you? Or
That's what the question feels like to me, but I don't know.
yeah, I don't know either. We'll see what it say. Ra and the Law of One are not unique and are common to most advanced societies. That it is a popular notion that has benefits still many years after it was popular theology and had many followers. It is as different today as it was, pages are stuck, then to perfect the tenets, there's that word, tenets, of the writings. There it is. Wait, to perfect the tenets, that's a F, believe it or not, of the writing, there, that was supposed to be it. There it is. There it is, the rare person. Oh, to perfect, okay, then to perfect the tenets of the writings, there it is. What? Sorry, I'm messing this up big time. Okay. Had many followers. It is as different today as it was then. To reflect the tenets of the writings, there it is. The rare person that can attain this level of ability. Oh, there it is. There it is, the rare person, right? The rare person that can attain this level of ability, and it happens usually accidentally. There is no words. Okay. That's messed up there. Usually accidentally. There is no words in your language to describe the process, though you would like there to be. It is within all people to expand their abilities to a greater level, but this level requires much more than is available to you. So it's like an energetic thing too, I guess. Well, my question is, why is it not available to us? And they don't mean you specifically, they mean humanity. All people to expand their... So yeah, the law of one really teaches you to do the work. I think that's what he's talking about, the work. When you practice the law of one, it is a theosophy. And they called it, did they call it theosophy? Theology, which is, like religion, but theory-based religion. And so there's a great level, but this level requires much more than is available to you. I'm just going to ask a little clarification here. Like, when they say it requires much more what? What does it require more of? Let's ask that, Rodney. What do you mean? Just maybe a little further clarification for us. B, R, A, I, N. All right, so they said, so I said, what is it? It requires much more of what? They said brain power. Without the clutter of computers and your dependency on artificial intelligence. Okay? So like all our high-tech stuff and everything, maybe that's interfering in artificial intelligence? Is that what you get?
Yeah, so it requires more
Brain power. That's what I said. What does it require? It requires more of.
Without the clutter of
computers
and artificial intelligence.
And dependency on artificial intelligence. Okay. I don't know the full connection here. This would be something that we would do, like sit down and keep digging deeper and deeper, and unfortunately we don't have time in this session to do. But you bring up a great question. I mean, it's like, what is that switch or the thing I need to do, that secret, that way to go about accessing all this information? That's kind of what I hear in that question. And they're saying...
So our go-to is to Google it. Google it.
Well, in the old days, we used to go to the Dewey Decimal System. We go through the cards in the library. I just spent hours in the library, just pull down books and start reading.
Yeah, but there's probably more information in books. I mean, that's probably where you have to find it. There's probably ancient books somewhere.
Oh, I love it, yes.
You know, or books that
Alexandria
books that have been burned in the...
Great Fire.
Yeah, the
book burning ceremony they did.
Yeah, what was that called?
Alexandria.
Yeah, but it was. They even made a movie about it.
Oh, I know.
A book.
It's
out of my mind.
I'm the same way. But anyway, what you're saying is
something Inferno. What is it?
I don't know. Tower Inferno.
No. Anyway, but I'm just saying that maybe that information has been lost within those books, and we can't recreate it with.
But they're talking about we don't have the brain. But we don't have the brain power to even go to those levels. We can, like, I read it, and I've studied some of it. I can read it and hear it, and like even David Wilcock says, you really got to sit down and really, plow through it and over to absorb it. Let me think of other great Bhagavad Gita. Reading that, the Egyptian Book of the Dead, those are a little trickier too. I like to read a lot of other like Eastern philosophies and those kinds of books, and some of the old alchemy books. It takes hearing it on different levels. But I think what they're saying is just our brain power can't take us to the whole understanding of it. Maybe we could touch on it, and yes, it's a great theology or theosophy. But that I think they're saying our brain is cluttered. We're cluttered with our dependency on computers. Not that it's a bad thing, and artificial intelligence, because that's what we rely on. We don't rely on ourselves so much. We rely on the computers, the phones, all that. We're not really relying on ourselves to access knowledge. Like the Akashic records, you can't get it through a computer. You've got to access it yourself, or somebody who knows how to do it.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing from it. And Christopher, what are you hearing from it too? I mean, You asked the questions might resonate with more along the lines of what you're thinking about.
I think it's awesome that he's even digging into it.
I love it.
Right? I think
Yes.
that's just awesome.
It's totally awesome.
And I think that part of digging into it will create a certainly greater understanding than me, who that no matter what questions I ask, I just think the magic in the words, when you read them through your own eyes and your brain, that there's a different vibration. There's a whole different way of seeing it that even, you know.
Yeah. There you have it.
There you have
that was what it means. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I want to tell you guys, we're a little slap happy a little bit. We've been doing this since early this morning.
Since 10 o'clock or so?
Yeah.
11 o'clock?
We had a private session today, and we've been doing some other sessions for ourselves, and then we're doing this. Rodney just got back in town. He's been traveling a lot, and so really appreciate him. This is the earliest we could do this for you. So anyway, we're happy to do this. And you know, we really enjoy this energy, and as we work it, the more we work it and longer in the day, I find that it takes us into some really creative ways of expression and thinking, doesn't it? And we get kind of silly, and we have fun, and we sing, and you don't need to hear us sing, but that's what happens. Anyway, thank you for that question, Christopher. I think it's fantastic. Okay. My turn.
No.
You can't go. Put it higher. Oh, another thick one. Okay, let's see what we got here. La Delicia de Linda. That means the delicious of Linda. The Linda's delicious. Linda's delights. Linda's something like that. La Delicia de Linda. Hi. Hi, Linda. Okay. This is write your name down. I just put it down on here so when I go back later, I know which message is for who without having to listen to the whole tape. Okay. All right. This is our question. My grandpa Rujima passed away on October 30th. I'm sorry. Very, very sorry for that. It's always hard. She suffered frontal brain death. The doctor said she lost all recognition. I feel she had no closure. Despite what doctor says, was she aware of what was going on, fighting to protect her wishes, and that I visited her every day? If that seems like two questions, the bigger question is, she was aware I was there all the time holding her hand? If she was aware that I was there to hold her hand, thank you. I love her more than anything in this world. Despite living a hard life with sorrow, she always gave out. Pillsbury doughboy giggles, especially during times of suffering. Such a loving person didn't deserve to die this way. That's a beautiful question. I'm so sorry for your loss. That's so recent, and you never, it's always recent because you never forget the day when somebody does their transition.
Bonfire of the Vanities.
Oh, look at him.
Just
Do you want to explain that?
And I don't remember the year.
Bonfire of the Vanities.
Where it got so theistic that there came censorship to the point where they were literally burning statues, they were burning books, they were burning everything because it had words in it that they didn't agree with. You see how when you shut down words, that bad things happen, right? When you try to control the language.
Oh, I see.
Right, by saying, okay, you can't say this, can't say this,
or
you
can't read this, you can't write this, you can't learn this, you can't
we're going to
know
censor this, we're going to censor that. Then you have the Bonfire of the Vanities. That's what. And
we lost a lot of great writings and teachings. I wonder if the Law of One was in there.
Who knows?
Who knows, right? Wow. Okay, well, all right, thank you for that, but let's get back to Linda.
I know, I'm sorry, it just came to me.
Isn't that fun? It's like when you let go, it comes.
Yeah.
When you don't try to fixate on it. All right, so we're talking about your grandmother, and really the question is, did she know that you were there holding her hand all the time you were with her? And just, when you say she didn't deserve to die this way, I think that's part of the question too, it's part of why? Why? Let's do this. This is for Linda. Here you go. All right, we're back. Thank you. I think you just channeled that. The bonfire. T. I was thinking of Dante's Inferno. H. E. D. O. C. T. O-R-S. Wow. Okay, here we go. This is for you, La Delicia de Linda. The doctors were correct when they said the body in the bed had no idea that you were there holding her hand. She chose this way to go, but you should know that you should know that the reason she lived longer than she did is because she waited to transition. You see, she was with you in the room. Wow, this is touching. And she could see you holding the hand of her body that she no longer needed, but waited each day for your visit. Until she was sure that you would be okay. This makes me cry, you guys, it's so emotional. That you would be okay without her. This was her gift that she received from you. Oh, wow. Well, Rodney, it's touching, you guys. That's beautiful. Oh my gosh. So I guess the doctors must have told you, she's not there in the body, and the truth was she wasn't. But guess what? She was there. Her spirit, her soul, her energy, her light's body was there with you, waiting for you every day you came to visit. And she knew she couldn't go until she knew you'd be okay without her. And the gift you gave her was doing that every day for her. Wow. Woo, might need to take a break. I am so sorry for your loss. You can feel it, can't you?
Yeah.
And the love, right? The love between those two. And the love she had for her family and people she touched, right? You can feel it. Wow. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for asking that question. Thank you for sharing this part of your life with us, Linda. And thank you for allowing us to feel, because the more you can feel your feelings, you guys, the easier and greater this work comes to be able to experience the other realms. Feelings is a doorway that unlocks your heart. And it's where we all connect with each other. So thank you for asking that. You want to say anything?
No. I have a hard time with these ones.
Yeah, well, it brings out emotions for sure.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick little break. I'm going to refresh and get some more tea. You want something to drink maybe? Get something to drink?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. And we'll be right back. And we'll be there for part 2. So thank you for hanging in here, guys. Be right back. Hey, guys, we're back. Okay, part 2. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. My turn.
Okay, here we go. Rodney gets to pick this time.
Oh, way down at the bottom.
Ooh, I love it.
It's this one.
Yeah. Let me see, which one is it? I'll guess. Just kidding. I don't know. I just cut them up, you guys, and threw them in there. No idea. Who's it from?
It is from Emily.
Emily, okay. Hi, Emily.
Hi.
Hi.
She said that. Hi.
That's why I'm saying hi to her.
I would really appreciate some insight into my broken engagement to the love of my life. It feels like a broken soul contract, and I am inconsolable. Things haven't been easy for us in many, many ways, but I still hold out help for reconciliation. Do the guides have any insight? Is there anything I can do?
It's great. Good question. All these are good questions. Dang, I'm so sorry. That's such a tough place to be.
Been there.
Yeah, I have too. It's like a death at times. It really is. That's what it feels like when you lose somebody like that.
Yeah, well, it may be worse because death is final.
Yeah.
They're still there.
They're still around.
Yeah, you still have that emotional attack, and they're still there.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can, So oftentimes it could be worse.
Worse, yeah. All right, well, here we go, Emily. This is for you. Oh, I need a quick drink. Cheers, everybody, and cheers and cheer up for you, Emily. Yeah. What tea am I drinking now? Oh, I'm drinking a spicy ginger tea. Earlier it was green tea. Ah, it's so good. Yum. Even tastes better in my Ouija mug. Did you know that? You drink a drink in a Ouija mug, it tastes even better.
It's not possessed.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it.
Its head spins around.
I know. You gotta have fun with this, you guys. All right, here we go.
What was your question?
Oh my goodness, just to find it on the pile of. No, it was Emily and her
kidding.
and the breakup. You know.
Yeah.
Okay. Love of her life, and go ahead, let's do it. W E H A V E S P O K E N. Okay, that was a long one.
They're all long.
What am I? Yeah, who am I kidding?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, that was long.
Yeah. Well, see,
I didn't see that.
it's a page and a half. Okay. We have spoken many times about an infinite number of teachers. We will have an in our lifetimes. So yeah.
They threw an S.
Yeah, some lessons, okay, I could see where my pen didn't write very well there, I can see what I wrote. Okay, in your lifetime, some lessons are easier than others. These ears? Strength, that's strength. The sheer strength.
Oh, the sheer strength.
Yeah, I don't know, my letters get all over each other. I'm going to start over. I'm kind of screwing this up, and I know this is a very important message for you. Okay, here we go. We have spoken many times about an infinite number of teachers we will have in our lifetimes. Some lessons are easier than others. The sheer strength that comes from lessons of the heart are most often the most difficult to weather. W-E-A-T-H-E-R. But as with all storms,
They end.
Oh, thank you. But with all storms they end, and we must begin to rebuild our lives with different materials than before. If the time comes that there is a reconciliation, the new, 3 news. This is important for you to hear. New relationship will not resemble the first. If it changes for both for the better, it will have survived the storm and come back stronger. If, however, it tries to mimic the first relationship, it will fail once more. Be aware that there may be no reconciliation, and therefore you must rebuild alone, and you will have a strength not known to you either way. You will have a strength not before known to you. Either way, you win in the end. Take it away, Rodney.
It's hard for me to see that as a win.
I know.
You know what I mean? But if you take it to its ultimate conclusion,
right?
I see it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And when you're in it, you don't see it because it's so painful.
How's this a win?
And then 10 years down the road, or 5 years down the road, or sometimes even a month or 2 years, it could be any amount of time, you look back and you go, oh my God, that's what I was supposed to get from this. So Emily, open your heart, as you have been with obviously the pain, and allow yourself to go back into that space and dig in there until you find this strength that allows you just to rebuild yourself, no matter what's going to happen down the line, whether it's a reconciliation, whether it's not. The key is this breakup, the end of this, it happened for a reason. It is one of your teachers. Teachers aren't just found in people, they're also found in situations. Circumstances, yeah. So see this circumstance situation as your teacher. See yourself as your teacher. See this your past partner as a teacher. And see what you can learn from that. See it like they said, it's a storm that's blowing itself through. You can take an example of a tornado, tsunami, something that just ruins your home and you have to rebuild, and you typically rebuild a different way. You might rebuild with new standards that are more foolproof to like earthquakes that we have out here.
Yeah.
You might build with blocks or different kind of construction is going to help hold your house better. So you have to rebuild. Either way, you're being asked to reconstruct, rebuild yourself. That's what you're asking here to have rebuilt.
I've had friends that have gotten divorced and literally their whole lives changed, and to the point where their life now looks nothing like it did then, and they're truly thankful
for that. Okay, yeah.
For that relationship having ended, because it constructed a new life that it was amazing for them.
And I love that, because they're saying the possibilities there for both ways for it to go, reconciliation or not, but they're saying new relationships. So you can only come back to this relationship if it's new. It cannot be the way it was before, because as I said, it will fail once again. So there has to be a newness. There has to be change. There has to be growth. There has to be introspection and reflection and taking those things and working with them in your life. And I know you're going, shoot, I've already done all this. No, there's more, obviously. You wouldn't be asking this question. There's more to do. And yeah, painful things like this, as I said, matters of the heart are the most difficult to navigate.
We've all been through it. It's easier to say from this end
right,
than when you're in the middle of it.
God, yes. I don't even want to get into my stories.
Yeah.
I know, we won't go there, but this is for you. Do you want to say anything else?
I once stayed 8 months and literally, I just went to work and home.
Just to get through.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have different coping techniques and coping mechanisms, and I'm so sorry this has gone on for so long for you. But think about rebuilding yourself, whatever that means to you. I don't know what that means to you. And let's just see what newness comes out of that. And be open to where the newness may come. But you can't go back to the way things were, because that's when it will fail again. Right? That's kind of
That's what they said.
Yeah. Thank you for asking that question. So that's going to help a lot of people. So thank you, Emily.
Your turn.
Yeah, my turn.
Get a half a pager.
Are you trying to rush us along, Rodney?
No. Just saying.
Okay, here we go.
I have to go back to two hands or switch
Isabella, love. Isabella, love. This is for Isabella, love. And Isabella asked, I love question time. It's fun, isn't it? I wanted to know, I was offered by my ex-husband the opportunity to replace him at work. With this new work will this new work come through for me? I hope so. It required traveling and great money benefits. Thank you guys so much. Well, first of all, you're welcome. And how wonderful to even have an opportunity like that. Boo, let's go. Oh, uh-oh. That's a storm coming through, brushing it away. All right, this is for Isabella. Okay, here we go. I, F, I, T, I, S, N, O, T. So here you go, Isabella love. If it is not just the money, but it is something that you will find joy in doing, you will stand a better chance of getting anything that you wish. So not just the job, but anything. And this is a good message for all of us. And what I read, it's like money was like a byproduct. It was like cool, but it sounds like you do like the job because it involves traveling. You like to travel. Is that what you got from it too? And then it wasn't like money was, it's great money first. She said, and it does this, and I get to travel, and then it's good money benefits. So it's kind of like in there, but it's, to me, my guess is that that's not the most important thing, but they're reminding us that often we find joy in things that may not always have that great money reward, but it's so rewarding in other ways that then that helps bring in all the resources we need to live our life in a very wealthy, rich way.
Yeah, I think they use an opportunity to remind everybody of that. Not sure. I mean, you're right. The question, the way it was worded, sounded like it's already something she really wanted to do.
And it sounds like you sound like you're going to get it. You probably at this point already have it, unless there was something even better than that. Because when you find joy, you guys, and you're going after a job or going after a position, or let's say you want to buy a house and you want that house or you want that job, you want that, and you have joy, guess what happens? You're going to get the one that's right to match the vibration. You might have thought it was only that house or that job, and all of a sudden, around the corner is this beautiful, unimaginable job and house that you couldn't even think about before because you were so fixated on one thing. This sounds very good for you. It sounds fantastic. Because it's the assumption here, what they wrote to you is that you do find joy in doing this. And that you will get anything you wish when you find that joy. You want to add anything to that?
No.
Okay, great.
Good.
All right. Did I read that or did you read that? I'm getting... Who read that, you guys? Did I? Oh my goodness.
I don't remember.
I think I read it. Yeah, I read it.
Okay.
Okay, wait, hold on. I need a drink.
I need a drink. Let me pour some of that in there.
Yeah, no, we don't mix our spirits, do we?
No, we do not.
No. Oh, I gotta go?
No, you get the
Oh, look at me. I want to keep going because this is just too much fun. I'm a hat hog. Hey, I'm a hat hog, like the little pig story that came through. Haha, did you get my joke? Hello? Hey, it totally went over your head. Rodney, did you get my joke? I said I'm a hat hog. Little pigs we talked about.
Oh, that's
I guess it wasn't funny. Okay. Who's it? Say the name, please.
Ginny.
G or J?
Ginny.
Hi, Jenny.
Who is the being known as Amashtiel?
I don't know. Can I see that, please? I want to see if I recognize that word. Amashtiel. But I don't know who that is. Amashtiel. No, I don't know. Let's find out. That's cool. This is new to us too. No idea. Who is the being known as Amashtiel? Amashtiel, I think. Okay. All right, let's do it. Fornoremegien. Okay, let's see what I have to say about that name. Sure, I probably wasn't pronouncing it correctly. For names are given to those who have none, by those who need to have a way to identify that which needs identification. The name that you mention has been used, literally, thousands of times. So if no contact is most difficult, so with no context, it is most difficult to answer. This name has been given to gods and devils, to kings and serfs, and occasionally to the pet dog. So, we use these words to explain, different beings and different energies, but yet when we like the name or the word, we might use it like the name of our animal. So, example, I love Hermes, I love Thoth, I love all that Hermes Trismegistus, which is Thoth, and the emerald tablets, and I love all that stuff, and so I named my cat Hermes. So, which Hermes am I talking about? Then Hermes is used many times. I mean, you got Hermes, the winged being from the Greek mythology. I mean, which is also Mercury in Roman. So you got all these connections. So they're saying, without the context, it is most difficult to answer. This name has been given to gods and devils, to kings and serfs, and occasionally to the pet dog. That's so cute. That's gonna be the next name for one of your animals, isn't it? Or it probably already is.
Maybe it is. Maybe it's their cat.
That's fantastic. But I think the important thing is to understand most of these energies and the ones we're talking to do not have names. We as humans love to put labels on things so we understand it. That's how our minds work. And we want to identify. So if you have a calling card, a number, a frequency, a data, internet protocol.
You said
Yeah.
sun and moon.
Right. Why?
Someone may say, well, the Archangel Gabriel's in the
Right.
Bible, so
Or
I think this is
Uriel.
Archangel Gabriel.
Right. Or, that spoke to me. The sun and moon spoke to me because I like the balance of the masculine and feminine energy. I love studying things that have to do with that. I love alchemy. I love sacred geometry. And so to me, sun and moon meant so much more. And so you hear that name and somebody's using it and you're learning about maybe a deity attached to it or something. Just know that that name's been used thousands of times with other kinds of energies too. So, is anything else?
No.
Okay. That was fun. My turn.
I think sometimes even when the answer isn't
What?
necessarily forthcoming, in other words, I'm sure that's not what he or she was looking for,
Oh,
right?
yeah, I'm sure. You probably want to know. You probably heard this or you're learning teachings on it, and you want to know what is that. And I think their answer is in what context, because it's been used so many times. It's like the name Jesus. I had a gardener one time whose name was Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus.
Jesus, yeah. My dad had a gentleman named Jesus who worked at his house and did stuff for him. I mean, but there's also Jesus in the Bible. But there's also, a lot of people have that name Jesus because they like it. So I think it's, Anyway, it's an interesting name. I'm going to Google this stuff or Bing it later. I Bing instead of Google.
They're both crooks.
Okay, here we go. Okay. Oh, it's upside down.
Finally. Yeah, everyone's been right side up for you.
I know, isn't that funny? Okay, JC. Hi, JC. All right. Hi, Karen and Rodney and spirits. Please let me know if my husband who just got dismissed from his job of 9 years will soon get a new job in a new industry, perhaps. He is the main breadwinner in our family as I stay home and care for our little girl. Thank you in advance. Well, you're very welcome to start with. We're happy to do this for you, and I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear about this hardship. Let's see what they have to say. Okay, let's go. I T I S D I F F I C U L T. Okay, JC, this is for you. It is difficult to begin again, yet at the same time a little exciting to think of starting something new. Remember, teachers are found in times of great joy and hardships. Yeah, this is a lot about teachers. We had that several times.
A lot of questions, right?
So they didn't give an answer. Is he going to find a job? And I have no doubt that he is. But I think the excitement. If you both together think about how exciting this could be to have something new, that might be even more. Again, you don't know what that is. Just be open to it because it's interesting when we start going in the direction of like the excitement, the joy again. That brings everything. It's easier for things to align around us.
Well, the thing that keeps happening over and over, I think, is that people want these guys to tell them the future, and it's just not going to happen.
Well, they told us, they said, we aren't soothsayers or we aren't prophecists and we're not soothsayers and we're not fortune tellers.
Fortune tellers. We're not fortune tellers.
But we will help you do that for yourself. It kind of goes back to the law of attraction from Philosophy of the Stars, the question she asked, and that was basically, what's the truth to the law of attraction? And this is what we're talking about here. When you become the universe yourself and command it of yourself and the universe answers and responds. I used to struggle with that word command. And they told me that many times, haven't they? In the lessons we've had. They talked to us about this. And I go, command, that just sounds so harsh. They said, but it's like, what it is like taking a stand and saying, in a very solid, direct way, wow, I can co-create my reality and the universe flows through me. And so I'm so excited that we have these new exciting times that's going to bring us great joy. And that's how you command. It's in the words, it's in the thoughts, it's knowing that there will be another job. And I have a feeling this is going to be that much more delightful for you. I really hope it is. And good luck with that for you guys. Yeah. Anything else?
No.
Okay, let's do another one.
Mom.
Oh, see, look at me.
Hat hog.
I'm a hat hog, I told you. You get the joke finally.
I got to finally jump.
Finally.
Got the joke.
It's just too much fun. I just want to do it all. Okay. You need to pick one. Okay.
Skinny one.
Name, please.
Chris Bacos?
Hey, Chris. Yes. Hey, Chris.
B-A-C-O-S.
Yeah, I know Chris. Hi, Chris.
Here you go.
Okay.
I'm single.
Okay.
Do you see a woman and relationship for me in the near future?
Fantastic. Great question. Let's do this one. You can't put it back in the hat.
Shush.
Oh my God.
Did it go back in the hat?
You guys, has he been putting those back in the hat? Okay. Put it on, you know where it goes. To the wind. You're like ready to put it back in the hat.
I started
Then we'll
to.
go, Chris Bacos.
Wait, here's why,
Chris
because-
Bacos.
Man,
Oh, Chris.
That's the Chris.
You might get 3 women.
Coming to your house.
He's like, that's what I want. Okay. Let's do it. T-H-E-R-E-I-S-A. Oh, okay, that's it. All right, so Chris Bacos, here you go. There is a better and simple and there is a better and simple. Simpler. Let's get clarification. I might have missed a word. Meaning, when they come through so fast, if I'm thinking any word in my head, sometimes they skip over it. I don't know what I was thinking at that moment. So let's see. Did I miss a word here? Is there something? There's a better and simpler. Q U E S T I. Okay. Question, right. Oh, here we go. There is a better and simpler question for you to ask. Do you see a woman or relationship in your future? We see much in your question, and so do those women you seek. Have fun. Take it away, Rodney.
Don't be desperate, man.
Don't be
No.
desperate.
They smell desperation.
I think what they're saying is
I'm
this.
sorry, I was being funny.
Okay, this is what they're saying. Although that's pretty funny. Okay, they're saying again, law of attraction. You be the universe. You commanded of you the universe to bring, to have, to find, to seek, to know, to feel, to pull in that woman that you so desire. And when you have that desire, you say, "Okay, I am here, universe. I am ready. Open up, bring her on. Let's do it. Let's do this, buddy." I really believe that's going to be not so much asking it, "Are you guys going to bring it to me?" Instead say, "Yes, I'm ready, bring it on." You know what I'm saying? There's a little different way of saying that. And that's what they're saying. They're saying there's a better and simpler question for you to ask. Do you, not do they see a woman in your future, but do you see it? So visualize it, know it, believe it, command it, allow her to come. Right?
That's right.
Build it. It's like the field of dreams, and they will come.
That's right.
Right? That's a baseball.
So yeah, if you are, that is a
Yeah,
baseball analogy, and a movie analogy,
Right, I know.
and a Kevin Costner analogy.
Right.
Yeah, build it and it will come though. I mean, so I like the analogy of if you are your best.
That's true. But you believe.
Yeah.
You believe that you deserve that. It's everything you guys starts with beliefs and intentions. And then are you going to be active with that, or are you going to just sit back and wait for somebody knocks on your door? So there's an action you got to put into play too.
And that's Free will, yeah.
And that's your free will to do that. Yeah. Well, good luck with that. I wish you the best with that, Chris. All right. My turn. It really is my turn.
Finally.
I know. I just want to take turns each. Don't you want to take turns?
No, you don't. You want to do them all.
Oh, you guys, it's so funny. I enjoy this part. This is fun. The Gray Witch. The Gray Witch. I love it. Okay. Hi, Gray Witch.
Gray.
Okay. What is my calling on my path? I would like to know, please. Double kisses. What is my calling on my path? Well, you guys that are watching this, if you watched all these other things that were said, I bet you guys can answer this yourself. But let's see what they have to say. It's always fun. Okay. A lot of it, I think there's always time on all of our paths we ask this question. So it's a very critical, simple question to ask, but it's a critical thing we're all searching for. Y O U R C A L L I N G. Okay. The Gray Witch. This is your answer. Your calling is to be that single difference in the lives of many people. How you get there is the journey that you go on. The road is before you. The options are many. Choose.
That's simple and to the point.
It is. And so this is what I'm, okay. I always read this on many levels and I hear it on many levels. The one level is, okay, everybody has a choice and, just go make it. Okay, that's one level. Let's get a little more complicated here. Your calling, now we're talking about your specific calling, is to be that single difference in the lives of many people. There's something you can do that will affect many. So think about those things you love to do, you enjoy to do, that bring you great joy, that you can share with others, that somehow affect these people. And you make a huge single difference in their lives. So think of what you're doing right now, and there's going to be many keys to get the answer to this, because you're already doing it, you're experiencing it, you're with it. It's something that's very specific to you and really creates. You'll see it, you'll know it, because you've known that it's created differences in people's lives. What are you getting?
I had a friend who her entire job was to give bad news to new parents, whether their baby was stillborn, whether they had to present that already deceased child to the parents for closure, whether it was born with spina bifida or Down syndrome. It was her singular job, and she loved it. She did it, and not because she loved giving bad news, but because she felt like she had the ability to make a difference immediately in their lives. Right at the beginning of the bad news, that she could make a difference in their lives.
She had a skill set to be able to probably work with the people, ease them somehow, offer them peace and love somehow too, that a lot of people could not do. So that's interesting. That's an interesting story.
Yeah,
how cool that your friend does that. That's interesting. I wonder if there's anything you do that's similar to that. I don't know why you picked up on that.
I don't either. I'm just saying.
He's the Ouija whisperer. Don't forget that. So
I'm just saying that's.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I mean, we all have skills that are unique, and I think you just look at what you're doing and what you can do and how you do affect people, which is some single thing that you do that makes a huge difference. That's the key.
Or that her mission or her thing in life is to be that.
Yeah. To be that to others. And what
others.
is it that she's doing right now where she finds she's doing that? Yeah. That's going to be your key. They'll never tell you, oh, go do this, because then you might close out other opportunities. But in the words they say are the keys to your answer.
Yeah, go be a nurse.
Right. Well, there's no reason why you brought that up.
Maybe they're never going to say that.
She must be working with people, though. That's funny that you picked up on that.
Yeah, I don't know. It was an example that came to me.
Well, it's interesting. So good luck with that. I mean, this goes back to Chris's question, too. You guys have fun. Find joy in all these decisions you're making, all the things you're doing, whether it's rebuilding your lives from love's lost or death, breakups, or if you're trying to start anew with jobs and relationships, in this case, getting on the path of your calling. You guys include joy, include fun that raises your energy, and it allows things to align and to everything wants to be around good, positive energy. It really does. You know, when you meet somebody and they have that air about them and it just feels so good, you kind of want more, you want more, you want more. And you may be that person yourself. You know, I think we all are at different times for people. It's that kind of energy. It just draws to it more of the same. So think of fun, you guys. Think of joy. I would say joy first and have fun doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I picked that one. Woohoo. Okay, I'm going to mix this up. Like it matters. You can't see it anyway. Okay, wonderful.
Uh-oh. Fat one.
Okay, good. Name a person first.
Upside down.
No, every time for you.
Laura Dignum.
Let me see you spell that last name.
Dignum.
Oh, okay.
Like
Hi, Laura.
Magnum, but with a DI.
Cool. Dignum, cool. Okay, go ahead.
Dig it. Hi, Karen. Hi, Rodney.
Hi.
Hi, spirits.
Aw,
For the past year, I've been trying to open myself spiritually, doing meditation and other wonderful things. My next goal is to be able to have an out-of-body experience.
Ooh, that's cool.
But I think I'm trying too hard. I really want to do it, but I don't know how to do it properly. Do you have any advice on this topic? I could... It's grammatically wrong, but that's okay.
It's going to correct your spelling, you guys, in your English.
Thank you so much for all the amazing things you guys share in this YouTube channel.
Aw, sweet.
I've learned so many things. You gave me the hope I needed, and I'm really thankful. Really looking forward to the next video.
Well, thank you for those kind words. We appreciate that, so thank you.
I think she was trying to say, how could I
Okay,
improve myself?
Perfect. Perfect.
Said, yeah.
And to be able to like, you know, reach those levels of out-of-body experiences and stuff. Out-of-body right there. Out-of-body. Okay, that's great. I've had some experience with that, but this is for the guides to answer. So here we go. Laura, this is for you. C O L L E C T A L L T H O S E. This is for Laura. Collect all those things that have delivered you to this time and place. Remember the good and the bad. Reflect. Eyes closed. In vivid detail. So you want to think about these things with your eyes closed. In vivid detail. Each of these experiences. Then with the eyes still closed, see what will be the future for you. Stand above all these things and spectate. And spectate without emotion and outcome. This is an out-of-body experience. As you can do this with greater detail, your ability will grow until finally realize you're doing this on command. Simple. No. Oh, that's supposed to be possible. I said it. Okay. Simple. Was that no? No possible? Simple. I mean, it's now. Okay, I gotta ask for clarification here. So, that word right there, is it supposed to be something else? N-O? And if so, what is it? N-O S-I. No, simple. M-P-L-E Q-U-E question. M-A-R-K-O. N-O. Got it. It's question mark there. Realize you're doing this on command. Simple. Question mark? Oh, question mark. No. Yeah, simple question mark. Why does it say no?
Okay.
Right. I need help. Right there?
Simple. Simple? Question mark. No. Possible?
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Simple. No. Possible? Yes. Okay. Awesome.
Do you think that's right?
Oh, that's exactly right. This is why I need help sometimes.
Well, they said question mark.
Yeah, they did,
That's
and that was good. Okay. So they're basically telling you to collect all those things that have delivered you to this time and space and place. Remember the good and the bad. Everything that's happened in your life that's taking you to where you are right now. Reflect with your eyes closed in vivid detail each of these experiences. Then with eyes still closed, see what will be the future for you. Stand above all these things and spectate without emotion and outcome. I see. It's like seeing it more
Without
objectively.
a connection to outcome. Yeah. Don't,
Right.
Yeah.
By doing that, you can separate yourself from your body and your emotions and everything to get yourself when you want to do out-of-body experiences. Okay, that makes sense. Without emotion and outcome, this is an out-of-body experience. As you can do this with greater detail, your ability will grow until finally you realize you're doing this on command. It's simple? No. Possible? Yes. Well, it works when you put the rise in it, you use your words and say it like that. You can hear it. Awesome. Okay, you guys, that's how you can learn to do OBEs. That's cool.
It is.
That's
but
really
it seems
cool.
like it takes a lot of work.
Yeah, everything, guys, anything like this, learning skills that you develop, it takes work. It takes time.
And sometimes I think people say abracadabra, and now you have an out-of-body experience.
Well, when you...
I'm not saying that about her.
No,
I'm
I
just
know,
saying-
but think about it, though. If you practice, you get to a point where finally you get the tipping scale at critical mass, and you go to the point where it goes, oh, it works. It's like you learning the board.
Yeah.
7-8 sessions, boom, bang, here you are.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
That's it. All right, so now, who picked that one? I can't remember anymore.
I did.
Okay,
It's
well,
your turn.
you're probably getting tired, right? I'm getting a little tired.
I'm getting a little worn out.
We're
Yeah.
gonna have to probably, maybe one or two, we'll see what happens. I can tell he's getting tired. Da-da-da. Okay, here we go. David Dahlman, not to be confused with Dahlman.
Dahlman, yeah.
Dahlman. Hey David, how are you? David Dahlman. Okay, he says, has a new spirit guide come to me to assist me with my performance career? And if so, what is his or her name? Here we go. This is for you, David. Need a little drink. And thank you guys for staying here with us and watching all this. Here we go. A-N-O-T-H-E-R-G-O-O-D. For you. Another good example of the need for humanity to attach names to things. Remember, we kind of talked about that earlier.
Right.
First, relish the gift of a spirit selflessly coming to help, and just as importantly, that you recognized this. Having done so gives this muse a name. Ooh, I like that. I like it. Okay, so we all have this, we talked about this before, a need to name things, which is not, that's human nature. And they always point that out to me as well. It's that the important thing here, you guys, is that David was able to know a new spirit guide came in, also able to know that the spirit here is here to coming to help him, and in what area, because in the question you asked, you know what area it's in your career, of your performance career. But even said just as importantly is that you recognized all of that. Just to even be able to recognize it.
Because they're always there to help.
They are.
That you too recognize it, that's when
And that's
the relationship
and
begins,
the real
right?
and the help. Yes,
Yeah.
if you don't recognize it or accept it or acknowledge it, it's like, okay.
Well, you might be getting help whether you know it
Right.
or not, but the idea that you recognize it gives it, I think, a greater personality.
And a relationship,
Yeah.
which you can go deeper with. And the other thing is this: having done all that, the recognition of it and acceptance of it and allowing it, and being able to acknowledge all that, having done that, so gives this muse a name. It's coming, David. And you're going to know this name. That's what I feel.
Does it say gives or give?
Give this muse a name. Having done so, give this muse a name. Oh, it's saying give it a muse a name. Ah, okay, that's good. I'm glad you caught that, Rodney. Because now, if you read it that way, having done so, give this, they're telling you to give it a name. Ooh, some name that's related to your performance career. Wouldn't that be cool? And by the way, it'll change. They may come back in something else. When I named these guides on here, Son, Mary, Angel, all these names, Papa, whatever, they actually told us Papa. He gave us that name, remember?
You asked, what should
we
we call you?
Here, I'm always doing this. He said, well, just call us Papa. I mean, to me, that's so weird, but it's kind of cool when you get that. But these guys never have given me a name. So I've gotten over that. And so I just called them what I wanted to call them, and they think it's hysterical that's what I referred to them as, because it's no resemblance of what they are. So how fun is that, to have this new helper that's going to work with you, take you to new levels, and then you get to name this muse yourself. I love it.
I think that's cool.
That's so cool. Let's do one more, and then we'll close the board and have them do a final session, because we're really not going to do Ouija. It's pretty late where we are, you guys. It's late in the evening. Let's start a new page here.
Yeah, this
Wait,
is.
did I just pick that?
Yeah, I'm handing you the hat.
Oh, I'm like, when you do that, I think, oh, he wants me to draw again. Ooh. Last one, you guys. Okay, here we go.
Let's see if I got it right side up.
Boing, you did.
I did.
Okay.
Kelly, hi Karen and Rodney.
Hi,
Thank
Kelly.
you for answering questions. My question is, are we really multidimensional
Ooh.
and connected to everything?
Love talking about this. Great question. You're going to throw yourself out of the chair. My
Put
goodness.
yourself under the bus.
Pretty much that too. Okay, here we go. This is for you, Kelly. Yes. Done. End of story. I love their humor. And you see, that was a definite yes. It like went right to the yes. You guys, they only do that to be funny or clarification. They never do that. So that's hysterical. They did that to you, Kelly. Okay, we're done. Bye. Just kidding. Well, see. I mean, that's fun. Let's see what else they have to say. They'll probably say, "Is there anything else to say?" A, L, L, L.
A lot of L's.
I, F, E, I, S, A, N, A, S, P, E, C, T. Okay. All right, so the answer was yes. And of course, we got more. All life is an aspect of source. And, I wrote over myself. And source resides in that capacity, always. Therefore, we are all connected together as part of the whole. There are many dimensions, and the ability to move from one to another is not a typical human trait, but is often used by creatures you consider mythological. So to move from one to another is rare, but possible. So, we got the dragoons, we got...
Unicorns.
Yeah, unicorns, mermaids, and chupacabras, and... I don't know if we got the confirmation on that one.
Sasquatch.
Well, Sasquatch is interdimensional. About that one. So yeah, so they have a better understanding of the dimensions and moving between them than we do. But it's not typical for us.
I always often wonder,
It's very
since
interesting,
they're I mean, typically animals. I mean,
Well, the creatures we don't
creatures
understand
that
them.
we don't understand, right?
Yep, they
But
all have a
is-
consciousness and
is
ability
that-
to communicate.
Is that innate? That ability for them is
Oh.
innate, and they choose not to come back here because of humanity itself.
Dragoons told us that.
Yeah.
They left because they were being feared and killed, and Sasquatch wants to stay away from humanity.
Yeah.
Same kind of reasons. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of them. So I love these multidimensional questions. That's wonderful. we do talk about that a lot on this channel. It comes up from time to time. Well, it actually comes up a lot when we do the board work. But it's great to think of ourselves that we are connected in the matrix of source, the source energy, the flow, that light. We are all light beings, and so everything is of a light structure. Those are lessons we've had more recently too. And so we're all bound together in that light, but we're just different in our vibration or rate, which is our rate of our frequency rate, basically, is how we're different. Anyway, that's a great question. So we come to the time we must end, so we'll let them have their final say, give you a final message, and we'll close the session down, and we'll say goodnight to you guys. But thank you. I just want to say it's always an honor and a privilege to be able to do this work, and to be able to, that you will take your time to ask questions and patient and watch this whole thing, and that you trust us to step aside and allow the guides to come through. And I know the guides feel thrilled. That's not really the word. They feel honored too that humanity, we would spend time interacting and learning from them. It's really exciting stuff. So anyway, thank you all again, but let's talk to the guides. Final message you'd like to give to the group. You get the final word, guys, as usual. I give it to you. Thank you. A S A S O U R C E. And they said, as a source of great knowledge, we are always grateful to learn from you. With much thanks, we go now. And so what we do is how we close our sessions, we just say goodbye. We just like to put our fingers on the planchette. It's our way to connect back with them, and the planchette doesn't move. They've already left, as you can see, as they told us. And we'll just say, I always say thank you. Giving appreciation is a way to keep the energy high, and it also, everybody appreciates being appreciated. We thank you very much for the time you spent with us this evening, and for our fellow friends here. And with that, we say thank you, and we'll speak to you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's it. Lift and away they go. So, what do you think of our session? What do you think of this? How was it for you?
I always wonder what the questions are going to be, but more importantly, and I say this all the time, but it's so meaningful. I always wonder what the answers are going to be.
Oh, yeah.
And
you never read these. I'm the one that cuts them up.
I don't get to see them.
Yeah, so I put them on paper and then I cut them, and I don't really read them all myself. I might glance at them, and I just put them in the hat, so he never even sees them. So, but that's interesting. So you enjoy the messages that you get from it.
I do, and in particular tonight, there's some really
Oh
good
yeah,
stuff.
Diverse stuff. And I'm sorry we didn't get to everybody's. We'll do this again. We try to do it like every so many months, and so we'll do it again. So don't give up. But I know everybody can get something out of this. So thank you guys again for joining us here. Thank you for your questions. I appreciate your support for everything that we're doing here, and also it's great just to take this journey with you. So I just want to say I love you guys so much, and thank you for being a part of this group here. I appreciate it.
I'm Rodney.
I'm Karen Dahlman. This is Creative Visions TV, and we say good night. Thank you guys.
Good night.
Bye.